Hello everyone. My name is Amelcie Yuen.
My name is Audrey Adelaide.
My name is Leonard Lee.
My name is Natasha, Lona, Edmund.
Generally, power can be defined as the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others in any event. According to Karl Marx, political power is an instrument for elite groups to maintain their influence and using power to rule other groups of people. There are 5 types of sources of power. Firstly is force, or known as the coercive power. It is the ability of a manager to force an employee to follow an order by threatening the employee with punishment if the employee does not comply with the order. For example, a bank manager who threatened to demote its employee if they did not meet the target sales for 3 months. Next one is wealth, or the reward power. Reward power is conveyed through rewarding individual if he or she has met the company's targets and goals. This may be done through giving bonuses, raises, a promotion, extra time off from work, or any other rewards that can benefit the employees. Therefore, the employee can improve the performance after being given the rewards.
Power also derived from the expertise or also known as the expert power. So, what is expert power? Expert power refers to the belief that a specific person possesses a higher level of knowledge or skill set that others in the organization lack. For example, if we relate it with the COVID-19 pandemic today, if we are sick, who will we look for? Obviously, it's going to be a doctor. Why? Because he possesses a higher skills of knowledge and a skill set in the medical field. Next, we have legitimate opposition power, as it is sometimes called, which derive from a position of authority inside the organization, and often also referred as formal authority. As in political science, legitimacy usually defined as a public acceptance and recognition of a ruling regime's authority, with the authority gaining political power by consent and mutual understanding rather than compulsion. For example, for this COVID-19 pandemic today, our Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin had ordered Malaysia for a total lockdown. So although the citizen did not like or did not agree with the decision made by our Prime Minister, they don't have any choice but to comply with the regulation made by him because they already admitted his legitimacy of position. Next is referent power, or also known as a popular support, which is a person's ability to influence others' behavior because they like or admire and respect the individual. So suppose you are friend with your boss. One day, he asks you a favor to take on a special project that you do not like. But because of the positive relationship you had with him, you accepted it. And yes, you may think that you do it as a favor, but the fact is that he had the power over you because of the relationship you had with him.
One of the social source of leadership comes from our parents because they are the earliest form of prototypes for a leadership model. Leadership really depends on how they were brought up and their parenting styles. For instance, Lamburn 1991 states that adolescents who identify their parents as authoritative receives a higher score on psychological competence and a lower scores on behavioral dysfunction compared to adolescents who identify their parents as authoritarian. Next, political schooling can also be a form of leadership because a classroom that are politically mobilized and indoctrinated with society may have strong impact because it reinforces a much wider and a much more intensive effort on society. School culture such as national values, school quality and religion doctrine can also shape a good leader. For instance, a research by Timothy Besley in 1875 found that leaders with educational background, such as PhD, law or degree, were actually doing something right before they were removed from the office, and replacing them with the less educated leaders resulted in, on some level, a less effective policy.
Moving on, I would be presenting to the third social source of leadership, which is social role, self-esteem, and empathy. Social role is the set of duties, expectations, norms, and behavior that a leader has to fulfill. Self-esteem is when a leader has high self-esteem, he can accept unfavorable criticisms without getting upset. And for empathy, a leader has to empathize with the people through listening, understanding, and also connecting with them to help empower the lives of the people. The last social source of leadership can be seen in terms of traditional Malay concept. The right to leadership through the Malay concept can be seen in terms of lineage, descent, legitimacy, usurpation, as well as conquest. Lineage and descent can be seen in terms of hereditary kings who ascended into the throne because of their bloodlinks to their previous ancestors. That's all from me. Thank you.